All right, let's talk about something huge that's happening right now, pretty much right under our noses. The way we find information online, just Googling it, well, that entire playbook is being torn up and rewritten by AI.
In this quote, man, it really gets to the point, doesn't it? For years, the whole game was about search engine optimization, SEO. But now, with AI tools like Perplexity, ChatGPT, and Google's Gemini leading the charge, the rules are just different. And if you're not paying attention, all your work, your content, your business, it could literally become invisible.
So, what's really going on here? At its core, it's a massive shift. We're moving away from search engines that give you a long list of links to find an answer and toward AI engines that just give you the answer itself, straight up.
Just think about the words here. We've gone from ranking websites to curating sources and writing an answer. This is a huge deal. It means the goal isn't just to get on the first page anymore. The goal is to be the actual source material that the AI uses to craft its response.
To really get where we're headed, we got to look at where we've been. I love this analogy. Think of traditional SEO as a big open book exam. The test was pretty simple, right? Did you have the right keywords on your page? If you did, you passed, and your grade was a high ranking.
So yeah, that old exam was all about keywords, ranking, and backlinks. But the new world of AI search? That's not an exam. It's more like writing a peer-reviewed research paper. The focus is totally different. It's on authority. The goal isn't to rank, it's to get cited. And the metric isn't backlinks, it's mentions. We're talking about a completely new academic standard for our content.
So if AI search is now like a research paper, our job is completely changed. We now have to become the expert that the AI has to quote. We need to be the primary source. The groundbreaking study that's so important, it just can't be ignored.
So what does it actually take to get cited by an AI? You got to think like a tough professor grading that paper. The AI is scanning for signals of credibility. Is the source trustworthy? Is the info fresh and up to date? Does this author have deep expertise? It also really cares about structure, clear formatting, different types of content like video, and, this is a big one, claims that it can actually go and verify.
Okay, so let's get into the new playbook. This isn't about just stuffing keywords everywhere anymore. The new strategies have new acronyms to learn: Answer Engine Optimization, or AEO, and Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO.
Let's start with AEO. This is really the technical side of things. Sticking with our research paper metaphor, AEO is like formatting your paper perfectly. Getting the citations just right, using clear headings, structured data. You're making it super easy for the AI to find, understand, and pull out your key points.
And then you've got GEO. And this is the next level. This is not about the formatting. It's about the quality of the research itself. This is where you create content that's so original, so insightful, so darn authoritative that the AI basically has to cite you to give a good answer. This is how you become a pillar of knowledge in your space.
So here's the simplest way to think about it. AEO makes your content extractable. It's easy for the AI to grab. But GEO is what makes your content citable. It makes it worth grabbing in the first place. And to win now, you absolutely 100% need both. One without the other is a non-starter.
And what's really fascinating here is that not all these AI engines are built the same. Perplexity, for instance, really cares about fresh content that has both text and video. Gemini is obsessed with fact-checking every little thing. But check out ChatGPT. This is so interesting. It uses what are called re-rank configuration flags. What that means is people can actually go in and tune some of its ranking factors. It's not a complete black box, which kind of gives us a peek behind the curtain.
Okay, that's the theory. But what do you actually do? Let's switch gears and get practical. Here's a 5-step plan to turn you into the kind of source that these AI engines trust and, more importantly, cite.
First up, you have to establish unquestionable authority. And no, you can't fake this. This means putting out content that's driven by actual experts, backing everything up with reliable data, and building a real reputation for your brand and your authors as the go-to experts in your niche.
Second, you've got to create content that an AI can easily read and understand. That means answering questions directly, using clean formatting like headings and bullet points, mixing in video and infographics. And remember, keep it fresh. Updated content is a massive trust signal.
Number 3 is all about the technical stuff on the back end. This is classic SEO. You want to use things like schema markup, which basically spoon-feeds the AI information about your content. Of course, your site has to be fast and work great on mobile. That's just table stakes. And make sure every major claim you make can be verified, just like Gemini wants.
Step 4 is about building authority off your website. When AI engines see you get mentioned in big-time publications, even if there's no link, they see it as a massive vote of confidence. Think of it like getting your research cited by another prestigious academic journal. It proves you're making an impact.
And finally, number 5, you have to monitor your performance in a totally new way. Forget those old keyword ranking reports. Now, you need to be actively tracking when you are cited in AI answers. That means you got to go to these tools, ask them questions about your industry, and see if you show up as a source.
So, where does all this leave us? The reality is, the landscape has fundamentally changed. The strategies that worked for the last 10 years are becoming obsolete as we speak. Your next move has to be a real, decisive shift in how you think.
And this is the bottom line, right here. This isn't just an evolution, it's a revolution. If you're still just focused on keywords and backlinks, it's like you've been studying for that open book exam all semester, but the professor just announced the final is going to be a peer-reviewed research paper. You're simply preparing for the wrong test.
So this is the question I really want to leave you with. In this new AI-driven era, you have to ask yourself, is your content just another resource that's answering a question? Or is it so authoritative, so well-researched, and so clear that it's actually becoming the answer?